Battlefield Earth? More like stupid full shit. Oh my god, this movie sucks. Here are the reasons why I hate this movie in my opinion. 1. The biggest criticism of the film is that over 95% of the shots in the entire movie are slanted via Dutch angles, which come across as distracting and annoying. Even the director himself, Roger Christian, claimed there is only one unslanted shot in the entire movie and, apparently, wanted the film to look like a comic book. 2. Incredibly abysmal acting for the characters, notably from Travolta and Pepper, with elements of overacting and underacting throughout. This is considered ironic, as the film was a passion project for Travolta. 3. The name of Sitchlow's race is rather unoriginal for an alien race and feels unthreatening compared to the Separatists, the Scythe, the Galactic Empire, and the First Order from Star Wars, and even the Gorn, and the Klingons from Star Trek. 4. There are numerous plot holes, inconsistencies, and illogical events, including, for some reason, the remnants of the former human civilization managed to last for a millennium. Turl is informed by his district manager that he has to stay on Earth for a long time after having an illicit relationship with the senator's daughter. During the third act, the humans keep repeating the phrase "piece of cake," even though they should have no idea what a cake is. In spite of the total breakdown of the society where much of the knowledge from a millennium prior has not been passed to the era the film is set in, the humans speak perfectly constructed English, including more complex tenses and irregular verbs. Turl informs Johnny that soldiers with their technology have only lasted 9 minutes against the Sitchlows, yet barely trained cavemen were later seen to be capable of defeating them using the same technology which had been sitting unmaintained for a millennium. After spending time in the knowledge machine, Johnny acquires the Sitchlow language and other things, specifically including mathematics. For some reason, this also teaches him terms such as Euclidean geometry and enables him to translate that into the English of an uneducated, primitive human culture and to read English texts, despite the fact that the Sitchlows appear to have no knowledge of English. Much is made of the alleged inability of the humans to mine, yet there is a scene where many of them are seen operating a forge, which requires know-how exceeding the simple act of digging for gold. For some reason, Ayla of the F-18 jets in the abandoned military base which the humans find managed to keep the fuel, not to mention that their jets are still working after our millennium. The jet fuel has a shelf life of about 4 years. Not only that, a fully fueled jet found after a long period of time wouldn't even be able to start, let alone take off and fly, at all. Even so, the batteries, on the other hand, the handheld radios used in the final battle would not have maintained a charge after a millennium. 5. Unconvincing character development. Particularly, almost everyone in the film is dim-witted. At one point, Johnny tries to destroy a Sitchlow ship by throwing a wooden stick at it, and a fat hunter jumps off an edge and breaks his ankle. 6. Incredibly lazy cinematography, with the Dutch angles being the worst offenders. 7. Several scenes in the film are copied from the original Star Wars trilogy, Star Trek, Blade Runner, Planet of the Apes, and The Matrix. 8. Incredibly poor grasp of the source material. Notably, the invaders don't attack Fort Knox as they did in the novel. 9. Lackluster visual effects, especially for the alien ships, which clearly look fake. 10. Jarring sound effects. One offender is the sound used for Sitchlow's weapons, which sound more like actual guns rather than laser weapons. 11. Almost little to no action whatsoever, despite the film being called Battlefield Earth. Most of the action scenes that are in the film are mostly indoors and are poorly edited since they tend to overuse slow motion. The actual battle only happens in the climax, in which most of the action, especially with the dome, breaks in the final act. 12. Overuse of color filters throughout the film, most notably whenever the Sitchlows are at their lair. 13. Laughable costumes, with both the humans and Sitchlows having long, messy hair with dreadlocks similar to that of metal bands as a result. The Sichlos failed to appear intimidating or convincing. Not helping is that the Sichlos share a jarring resemblance to the Klingons from the Star Trek franchise, and even thinking that the humans are just generic tribe clans and act like rebels and resistances from the Star Wars franchise. 14. Lame art designs, notably for the backgrounds and models, with the Sichlos ships resembling flying trash cans. 15. Despite their name, the Sichlos are incompetent in terms of warfare, as they literally train their enemies in weaponry and piloting their ships, yet they do not expect them to fight back. 16. The dialogue is far more laughable than serious in the film, and as a result, it feels out of place. Notable examples include when Turl asks Johnny if he wants lunch whilst offering him a live rat, and the infamous "I was being trained to conquer galaxies." 17. Basically, this film acts as propaganda for Scientology and the viewpoints of its founder, and the author of the book the movie is based on, L. Ron Hubbard, in particular promoting distrust of psychologists via the movie's villains, the Sichlos. And 18. The musical score is rather lackluster. And that's how the movie is. And do you know what's worse? It got a sequel called Battlefield Earth 2. Battlefield Earth 2? No, more like stupid shit 0. This sequel sucks. Thank God this sequel got cancelled. And thank God this movie got sold out in theaters. But I hope this movie gets banned and removed from every streaming services. I don't know who likes or hates this movie, so I'm just going to leave it be. So screw Battlefield Earth. And screw Barney's Great Adventure. A Shaun the Sheep movie, Farmington is 209,000 times better than Battlefield Earth.